Chapter 3359. Entering the 7th Extreme Glacier, Divide and Conquer. The 7th extreme of the 9 Extremes Glacier was said to be a place only 9th-level elders were qualified to enter. Little May had entered the 7th extreme before and had already mentioned some things to watch out for. The first thing to face in the 7th extreme was even colder temperatures, which was no longer a problem for Lin Moyu. Then there were stronger glacier beasts. The glacier beasts of the 7th extreme had combat power touching the threshold of 9th-level elders. Though not considered very strong among 9th-level beings, they were different from those in the 6th extreme. They no longer acted alone but began to move in groups, often 3 to 5 in a group moving together. And they gained a new ability. They could merge with each other to become an even more powerful glacier beast king. The strength varied depending on the number merged. The glacier beasts of the 7th extreme only touched the threshold of 9th-level Dao Venerable. If 3 glacier beasts merged together, it would be equivalent to mid-level 9th Dao Venerable. If 10 merged together, they could almost rival those peak 9th-level powerhouses, about equal to 2 of them. The best way to deal with glacier beast kings was to not let them merge, but to divide and conquer. This was the method Lin Moyu had thought of early on. Besides glacier beasts, there would also be occurrences of massive cold surges in the 7th extreme. When cold surges erupted, the temperature would become even lower. Even 9th-level elders might not be able to withstand it. The best method was to retreat to the boundary between the 7th and 6th extremes. That place was relatively safe and allowed flying, enabling more flexibility. Boom! A thunderous sound broke the calm of the 7th extreme. Ice shattered like rain, shooting in all directions as Lin Moyu walked out from the ice encasement. Blood essence roared ceaselessly in his body. Light flowed on his skin, his whole body shining brilliantly, as if a god had descended to the world. An intangible aura emanated from him, coming from his physical body. The intangible force affected the surrounding space, distorting and deforming it around Lin Moyu. After continuous tempering through the 5th, 6th, and 7th extremes, Lin Moyu's physical body had finally advanced to 7th-level Dao Venerable. Not just his physical body, but his soul had also advanced along with it. While advancing, the power Great Dao had also fully adapted to the cold air in the 9 Extremes Glacier, becoming immune to it. Once immune, even the cold air of the 8th and 9th extremes could no longer affect Lin Moyu. This was an advantage of the power Great Dao, and also its disadvantage. Once immune, it could no longer use the cold air to improve his physical body and soul. Nothing can be perfect. Lin Moyu knew this well and was already very satisfied.
7th level physical body and soul, both improved significantly. Combined, my power has greatly increased. Just the power Great Dao alone is enough to rival any 7th level elder. This trip was not in vain.
Cold air entered through his nostrils and skin, but his body felt no discomfort. Instead, it felt very comfortable. Officially stepping onto the glacier ground of the 7th extreme, Lin Moyu's eyes flashed with bright light as he looked down at the glacier beneath his feet. The pure white glacier, heavy ice sealed for countless years, seemed to have nothing. But Lin Moyu could sense vast power flowing beneath the layers of ice. This power was ancient and strong, but sealed by the glacier, unable to escape. Because the ancient power was so strong, it could be clearly sensed. The glacier tea tree absorbed a small part, while most of it dispersed into the space, mixing with the cold air. This dispersed power, carrying strong obsessions, eventually evolved into glacier beasts of various forms. Here, even 7th-level Dao Venerable war beasts could not move freely. The Thunder Lich also couldn't last long. Only Supu and Lin Moyu could move freely. Lin Moyu summoned Supu but didn't let him go far, keeping him close behind. This place had become dangerous, no longer somewhere he could roam at will. The two advanced across the glacier ground. The cold air grew stronger and stronger. Cold air from different directions met and collided, turning into balls of pure white mist that obscured vision. Here, visibility was not good. Without obstruction, one could only see about 10,000 meters. If there was mist interfering and blocking, one could only see 1,000 meters. Suddenly, Lin Moyu stopped. Several thousand meters ahead, three tall figures appeared. Three glacier beasts, pure white all over, faintly visible in the mist. They walked side by side, moving slowly and silently. Lin Moyu had been walking fast. A distance of several thousand meters was just a matter of a few steps for him. If he hadn't discovered them in time, he might have run right into them. He turned to look at Supu and transmitted.
Don't they look a bit like your true form?
Supu answered honestly.
I can sense they have the aura of my race.
Lin Moyu was surprised.
Are you sure you didn't sense wrong?
CP know that.
I wouldn't sense wrong. But this aura is very ancient, somewhat different from today's Heavenly Fox clan.
Lin Moyu said.
This indicates that your Heavenly Fox clan once participated in the great battle here.
Supu closed his eyes, carefully sensing. After a moment, he said,
Not exactly. This aura should come from the ancestor. The ancestor had 9 avatars back then. When the great battle began, the 9 avatars scattered to various places. This should be one of the ancestor's avatars.
Lin Moyu knew Supu was probably correct. One of the Heavenly Fox ancestors' avatars had participated in the great battle here, perished here, and then left behind some of its power and aura, or perhaps will and obsession. Lin Moyu said,
3 of them. Can you handle one?
Supu said. The 3 glacier beasts were about 10 meters tall, not considered very large. They looked a bit like foxes.
No problem. Then let's do it.
Lin Moyu shouted softly. The space Great Tao activated, instantly crossing thousands of meters to appear behind the 3 glacier beasts. His speed was fast, but Supu was faster. Their sudden attack immediately drew the attention of the glacier beasts. The 3 glacier beasts turned and roared simultaneously, their movements perfectly coordinated. Their tails smashed down on the glacier with a boom. Cold air formed into tornadoes, like waterfalls flowing upwards, rushing towards the sky. Supu's strength was great, further enhanced by the cloud-piercing sword. The sword lights shattered the cold air and forcefully landed on the 3 glacier beasts. The sword lights carried huge impact force, violently blasting the 3 glacier beasts flying in different directions, instantly separating them from each other. Then Supu targeted the glacier beast closest to him, expressionlessly killing it. The 2 glacier beasts blasted far away tried to immediately counterattack. Lin Moyu pointed with a finger at the same time. The skeleton hell suddenly appeared, trapping the 2 glacier beasts within. Even with 9th level Tao venerable combat power, they couldn't break free in a short time. Countless hell fiends pounced on the 2 glacier beasts. Spider lilies swayed frantically, releasing cyan light. The glacier beast's aura dropped rapidly. The 2 glacier beasts roared madly, releasing rolling cold air from their bodies. Many hell fiends were frozen solid. A dragon's roar sounded from the depths of hell. Heiyu poked its huge head out from the netherworld black pool, charging towards one of the glacier beasts. Chapter 3360. Let's see if I can be immune. Heiyu rushed out from the netherworld black pool, transforming into a black lightning bolt and charging straight at the glacier beast. Though the glacier beast had no intelligence, it had strong battle instinct. 3,363,360. Chapter 3360. Let's see if I can be immune. Heiyu rushed out from the netherworld black pool, transforming into a black lightning bolt and charging straight at the glacier beast. Though the glacier beast had no intelligence, it had strong battle instincts and clearly sensed the threat from Heiyu. Its huge tail suddenly whipped upwards, colliding with Heiyu. Heiyu opened its huge mouth, forcefully enduring the glacier beast's attack without changing course, and bit down on the glacier beast's head. The 10-meter-tall glacier beast was like a tiny shrimp compared to Heiyu, completely insignificant. Heiyu chewed repeatedly, its sharp teeth constantly falling on the glacier beast's body, riddling it with holes. The glacier beast counterattacked frantically, its tail whipping inside Heiyu's dragon mouth. causing Heiyu's skin to split open and flesh to be exposed. But Heiyu had no sense of pain at all and didn't feel any hurt, continuing to bite madly without stopping. The two engaged in the most intense physical combat. If it were other beings, they would likely be raining blood by now. But whether Heiyu or the glacier beast, neither shed any blood. At most, some ice shards fell from the glacier beast's body. Nothing more. Heiyu and the glacier beast fought fiercely, but Lin Moyu could see that as long as the stalemate continued, Heiyu would certainly achieve final victory. Supu's side was much easier than Heiyu's. He easily suppressed that glacier beast, beating it so badly it had no way to fight back. With Supu's strength, dealing with one glacier beast was no problem. Even three at once wouldn't be an issue. Even if three glacier beasts merged to form a glacier beast king, it might not be a match for Supu. Supu had stepped down from pseudo-great Dao realm, then became a revived through the resurrection of the dead. Though he hadn't returned to the pseudo-great Dao realm level, he truly stood at the peak of the Dao venerable realm, able to rival any peak Dao venerable. On the other side, the last glacier beast had already fallen into the encirclement of hell fiends. Dense and endless hell fiends surrounded it inside and out countless times. Though large numbers of hell fiends were constantly frozen to death, there were simply too many hell fiends, a full 10 million. No matter how many died, their numbers didn't seem to decrease. The hell fiends bit the glacier beast's body one mouthful after another, not sparing any part of its body. The glacier beast roared and struggled, but could never break free. Its body developed dense cracks, with ice shards falling out, immediately devoured by the hell fiends. The glacier beast's body slowly became incomplete, first developing many gaps. Then its limbs began to break off. The hell fiends demonstrated to Lin Moyu the truth of eating anything. Whoosh! Countless fragments fell from the sky as Heiyu completely bit the glacier beast to pieces. But it didn't eat them, instead spitting out the corpse fragments and giving them to the hell fiends. It seemed to disdain eating the glacier beast, only killing it then spitting it out. The hell fiends weren't as picky as Heiyu, eating whatever was available, refusing nothing. As Heiyu violently dealt with the glacier beast, Supu also finished off his opponent. That glacier beast was dismembered. Then Supu threw all the pieces into the skeleton hell, giving them to the hell fiends. This was also Lin Moyu's intention. After eating through the previous extremes, though the skeleton hell was somewhat full, it hadn't reached its limit yet. The skeleton hell was already close to 8th level Dao Venerable. If it could complete its advancement, then Lin Moyu could move freely in the 7th extreme glacier. 3 glacier beasts with 9th level combat power were devoured. Their vast power became nourishment for the skeleton hell, making it stronger again, getting closer and closer to 8th level Dao Venerable. The moment the 3 glacier beasts died, Lin Moyu clearly felt tremors from that ancient power beneath the glacier. It didn't launch a soul attack against him like in the 6th extreme. Lin Moyu knew it certainly had this ability, but it didn't do so. Though they were all soul fragments of the same origin, they had completely different reactions. This made Lin Moyu curious. The hell fiends completely devoured the 3 glacier beasts, leaving not even scraps. Lin Moyu sensed the changes in the skeleton hell and said softly,
"Almost there. It's almost ready to advance." Merging 2 hell fragments, obtaining an almost complete netherworld black pool, greatly strengthened the skeleton hell's foundation. As long as there's enough power supplementation, the skeleton hell advancing to 9th level Dao Venerable shouldn't be a problem. Perhaps it can be completed in this 9 extremes glacier. What a good place.
He continued walking towards the depths of the glacier. In the 7th extreme glacier, the number of glacier tea trees clearly decreased, but the size of the trees clearly increased. Each tea tree was hundreds of meters tall, with dense branches and leaves blocking the sky. They had been constantly absorbing the ancient power from beneath the glacier, turning it into their own nourishment. But the ancient power beneath the glacier also flowed to the outside world through the glacier tea trees, absorbing powerful forces from the outside world to nourish itself. Over countless years, the power suppressed by the glacier hadn't weakened. It even showed a faint trend of growing stronger. The glacier beasts were the best proof, and the number of glacier beasts seemed to be slowly increasing. The seventh extreme glacier had also become more dangerous than before. Before long, Lin Moyu encountered glacier beasts again. Again, it was a group of 3. Using the same method, he easily dealt with them. In the seventh extreme glacier, there were many glacier beasts. He encountered them almost every short while. Glacier beasts were basically in groups of 3, rarely seeing groups of 5. Killing group after group, the skeleton hell grew stronger and more efficient. Each time glacier beasts died, Lin Moyu could feel tremors from beneath the glacier. At first it was like a warning. As he killed more and more, the warnings grew stronger. Soon the warnings underwent a qualitative change, from warnings to waves of killing intent. Lin Moyu found it interesting. In his perception, it was like a child getting angry, going from initially pointing and cursing to wanting to directly take action. But no matter how it changed, he couldn't possibly stop. After finishing off another 3 glacier beasts, Lin Moyu said softly,
"One more batch of glacier beasts, and the skeleton hell should be able to advance. As long as the hell fiends can reach 8th level, the rest will be simple. By then, even glacier beast kings won't be anything."
Lin Moyu clearly understood the skeleton hell's abilities. Once it advanced to 8th level Dao Venerable, it would be able to move freely among Dao Venerables. As long as it didn't encounter a pseudo-great Dao realm being, it would have no opponents. Just as he put away the skeleton hell and prepared to find the next target, the quiet glacier world suddenly filled with howling wind. Cold currents whipped up fierce winds, and the temperature began to drop sharply. The mist in the distance was blown away by the cold currents. Visibility suddenly became clear. The whole world became clean in an instant. The howling wind also disappeared at this moment, and the entire glacier world became unusually quiet. Lin Moyu's heart stirred.
A massive cold surge?
This strange change, like the calm before a storm, often meant an extremely fierce eruption after the calm. The calm lasted less than 10 seconds before wind suddenly roared. A pure white cold current surged over, covering the sky. Under normal circumstances, one should quickly retreat now, back to the boundary between the 7th and 6th extremes. That place was relatively safe. But Lin Moyu didn't retreat. He recalled Supu and said with a smile,
"Let's see if I can be immune."
In those few seconds when the world was clear, Lin Moyu faintly saw countless pure white figures appear in the extreme distance. This massive cold surge was not so simple. Chapter 3361. Glacier Beast Horde, facing the enemy head-on. This sudden massive cold surge was not simple in Lin Moyu's eyes. It came too abruptly, without any warning signs, unlike what Little May had described. There should be some signs before a cold surge erupts, enough for people to evacuate. Not as sudden as this. Combined with the glacier beasts appearing in the distance and the killing intent he sensed, Lin Moyu was 80% certain that this massive cold surge was indeed unusual. Whether the cold surge or the glacier beasts, they were all related to that power suppressed beneath the glacier, with the core being the remnant soul. If everything was being controlled by it, it meant there was a problem with this remnant soul. Lin Moyu had to consider whether his initial judgment was correct. By his estimate, at least the 8th extreme would be needed for the remnant soul to have enough strength to give birth to intelligence. However, seeing is believing. Lin Moyu stopped thinking too much about it. He would know when the time came. The cold surge hit him, its terrifying low temperature seeming to freeze heaven and earth. Lin Moyu stood motionless, allowing the cold air to invade his body. Standing in the cold surge, Lin Moyu felt no discomfort. Whether his physical body or soul, both were immune to the cold surge, feeling no pressure at all.
The power Great Tao is indeed marvelous. Once immunity is achieved, as long as it's the same type of power, no matter how its strength changes, it can't break through the immunity.
Experiencing the wonder of the power Great Tao again, the cold surge's power was clearly stronger, but its essence hadn't changed, so it couldn't break through the immunity to harm him. Lin Moyu stood in the cold surge, moving against it. As he passed through the entire cold surge, besides the wind, he heard other sounds. It was the sound of a large number of glacier beasts charging. Glacier beasts made no sound when walking, but once they started running, their feet striking the glacier would make impact sounds. Judging from the sound, the number of approaching glacier beasts was extremely large, at least several hundred.
Several hundred. They really think highly of me.
Lin Moyu wasn't afraid at all. If it were before, he would definitely have turned and left. Fighting against several hundred ninth-level Dao venerable glacier beasts, he would certainly have been finished. They had no souls, weren't living beings. Their corpses after death were ice shards. Though they had power, they couldn't be used as material for corpse explosions. Unable to use corpse explosions to quickly clear enemies, he would need to fight head-on, impossible to win. But now, with the skeleton hell about to advance, as long as he could kill one or two, once the skeleton hell advanced, not just several hundred glacier beasts, even several times more wouldn't be a problem. Lin Moyu had made up his mind to use this batch of glacier beasts to let the skeleton hell complete its advancement. Incidentally, he could also let the skeleton hell have a full meal. Walking out of the cold surge, the world suddenly became vast. Lin Moyu saw the glacier beasts charging over, closely following the cold surge. There were about 300 glacier beasts of various appearances. In the 7th extreme glacier, there must be more glacier beasts than just this many. The reason only this many came, Lin Moyu felt, was because the other party could only control this many.
The remnant soul's power is limited. To create the cold surge and simultaneously control so many glacier beasts, this might already be its limit.
Su Pu appeared beside him. Lin Moyu smiled and said,
Su Pu, how many can you handle?
Su Pu answered earnestly.
10 shouldn't be a problem.
With Su Pu's power, dealing with 10 really wasn't a problem. But it wasn't 1 against 10, it was being able to kill 10 out of several hundred. The difficulty was completely different. However, the premise was that they didn't merge. Once they merged, it wouldn't be so easy. Lin Moyu said,
Is there a way to quickly kill a few?
Su Pu said,
Yes, I can quickly kill 2.
Lin Moyu smiled and said,
That's fine then. You kill 2, I'll kill a few too.
Origin technique, gather strength. A strange aura rose from Lin Moyu's body as the origin technique activated with a boom. His power rose rapidly, instantly reaching 6th level Dao Venerable, then breaking through the bottleneck to enter 7th level Dao Venerable. After entering 7th level Dao Venerable, his power continued to increase, breaking through again to reach 8th level Dao Venerable. Without using the Great Dao Undying Pill, 8th level Dao Venerable was currently the limit. This was because his physical body and soul had broken through to 7th level Dao Venerable. Otherwise, gather strength could at most push to 7th level Dao Venerable, not even reaching the peak. The gap between 7th and 6th level Dao Venerable was too large. After 7th level, the gap between each level was even larger. With 8th level Dao Venerable power, Lin Moyu still wasn't a match for any single glacier beast. However, Lin Moyu hadn't planned to fight the glacier beasts head-on. Light flickered in his hand as the Calamity Scepter appeared. He planned to use the Calamity Scepter to quickly deal with a few glacier beasts. The killed glacier beasts would naturally become food for the skeleton hell. If his judgment wasn't wrong, after eating a few more glacier beasts, the skeleton hell should be able to advance. Then all problems would be easily solved. As the glacier beast horde rapidly approached, Lin Moyu shouted,
Attack!
He and Su Pu split up to attack. Su Pu instantly transformed into his true form, becoming a 1,000-meter-tall heavenly fox. His 8 tails merged into one, evolving to become 10,000 meters long, whipping out with a boom. The glacier shook violently, heaven and earth shattered, the entire space was broken. Large numbers of glacier beasts were whipped flying, sent in all directions. Su Pu grabbed the cloud-piercing sword and slashed. The cloud-piercing sword also grew incredibly large along with his body. With a boom, he again slashed flying a large number of glacier beasts. After being whipped flying, the glacier beasts quickly stabilized and charged back. But Su Pu didn't care about these, instead focusing on one of them, bombarding it wildly. He needed to kill quickly. This was Lin Moyu's order and also the highest directive. Regardless of cost, regardless of life or death. The space around Lin Moyu distorted as vast numbers of skeleton god generals appeared in the world. The skeleton god generals would freeze to death within 2 seconds of appearing, but this wasn't important. What was important was that they had appeared. Even if frozen to death, becoming ice sculptures, they could still briefly separate the glacier beasts. Reality was as Lin Moyu had imagined. Millions of skeleton god generals successfully briefly separated the glacier beasts. The Thunder Lich then appeared. A drop of ancestor water flew out. The power of belief burned fiercely. The seal of the divine talisman army shone brightly. Ancestor water, power of belief, seal enhancement, all methods were used simultaneously. Chain lightning. A bolt of lightning struck out, landing on a glacier beast. Then the dazzling lightning exploded with a boom. All 300 glacier beasts, without exception, were struck by lightning. Not just the glacier beasts, even beneath the glacier, lightning appeared. The glacier beasts were controlled by that remnant soul beneath the glacier. The chain lightning naturally wouldn't let this controller go. Screams rang out in Lin Moyu's soul, followed by intense killing intent. However, this killing intent was like a gentle breeze to him, completely unfelt. The glacier beast's movements slowed in the lightning, which had a paralyzing effect. Lin Moyu charged out from within the lightning, raising his speed to the extreme. He rushed in front of the nearest glacier beast, violently swinging the calamity scepter to smash the glacier beast's foot. The glacier beast's foot shattered like tofu. His huge body crashed down with a boom. Lin Moyu's hand rose and fell, smashing nonstop. Wherever the calamity scepter went, the glacier beasts' bodies were shattered to pieces. The glacier beasts had no souls. Unlike the outer realm divine gods, he couldn't directly shatter their souls for an instant kill. To kill a glacier beast, he had to smash it to pieces. In the blink of an eye, one glacier beast was smashed to pieces. The space beside Lin Moyu distorted as the skeleton hell suddenly appeared. Hell fiends pounced out, beginning to devour. At this time, large numbers of glacier beasts smashed through the barrier formed by the skeleton god generals, charging towards Lin Moyu to kill him. Chapter 3362. Where is the limit of the skeleton hell? Looking at the approaching glacier beasts, Lin Moyu's will moved, and the skeleton hell's range rapidly expanded, enveloping a large number of glacier beasts within it. Each glacier beast had to simultaneously face tens of thousands of hell fiends. The glacier beasts were, after all, 9th level Dao venerables with powerful combat strength. Their cold air erupted unrestrained, forcibly lowering even the skeleton hell's temperature significantly. Even the lava showed signs of freezing. Large amounts of fragments were thrown into the skeleton hell. Supu quickly killed a glacier beast and threw its shattered corpse in for the hell fiends to devour. As Lin Moyu charged out, many glacier beasts rushed over, launching attacks at him. Accompanied by dragon roars, Heiyu charged out from the netherworld black pool. Its huge body blocked in front of Lin Moyu, shielding him from most of the attacks. The glacier beast's attacks landed on Heiyu, beating it until its skin split and flesh showed. His huge body froze into ice, almost breaking apart. However, Heiyu didn't retreat, forcibly persisting there. Lin Moyu took the opportunity to kill his way to a glacier beast's front, raising the calamity scepter to smash down hard. The Thunder Lich cooperated well with Lin Moyu, again unleashing lightning, using its paralyzing effect to slow the glacier beast's speed. Cyan light illuminated the sky as spider lilies swayed nonstop. All glacier beasts touched by the light slowed down. Lin Moyu quickly closed in, smashing down with his scepter. He still aimed for the legs. The glacier beasts were tall, so smashing their legs was most effective. It was hard to imagine that battles at the 9th level Dao Venerable level weren't spell bombardments or outpourings of great Dao power, but close combat, exchanging punches and scepter blows. Under the Calamity Scepter, the glacier beast's legs shattered like tofu. His huge body crashed down with a boom. Lin Moyu seized the opportunity to leap up, giving the glacier beast a full body massage from head to toe. Boom! An enormous force struck Lin Moyu, blasting him flying thousands of meters. Heiyu couldn't block all the attacks. Some still landed on Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's skin split and flesh showed. His body was almost half crippled. As cold air invaded, the power Great Tao frantically mobilized his blood essence. The vast life force within the power Great Tao healed Lin Moyu's injuries. The attack power of a 9th level Tao Venerable was strong enough. One hit severely injured Lin Moyu. Another hit would likely kill him. However, Lin Moyu wasn't worried. Dragging his severely injured body, he charged over again. The glacier beast he had just attacked only had half its life left. He couldn't easily let it go. Heiyu let out a scream. Facing attacks from over 100 glacier beasts, it retreated step by step, its body almost shattered. But it was the Netherworld Black Dragon. As long as the Netherworld Black Pool existed, it wouldn't truly die. The Hell Fiends pounced recklessly, not caring about their own deaths, just to entangle the glacier beasts. Su Pu's side was under even more pressure. He focused on killing one glacier beast which was clearly about to fall. But other glacier beasts had begun to surround and attack him. Su Pu's 8 foxtails behind him swung frantically, transforming into shields to block most of the attacks. He was fine for now, but it couldn't last. Lin Moyu erupted with full power, disregarding his own injuries to instantly cross thousands of meters, again arriving before that half-dead glacier beast. He again raised the Calamity Scepter to smash down. The sound of striking iron rang out as his hand rose and fell, smashing it to pieces. At this time, Heiyu finally couldn't hold on. With a scream, its body was beaten into 2 halves. The lower half of its body quickly retracted. Vast black mist rushed out from the Netherworld Black Pool, also pulling back the severed upper half of the body. At this moment, Su Pu violently threw over a pile of shattered corpses. He had finally completed his mission, quickly killing 2 glacier beasts. With Heiyu no longer blocking, many glacier beasts charged towards Lin Moyu. Attacks covered the sky.
Retreat!
Lin Moyu shouted, quickly retreating. Su Pu also retreated in response. The glacier beasts chased after the 2 like mad, equally fearless of death, holding nothing back. The Hell Fiends had already dragged the 2 killed glacier beasts into the lava, devouring them rapidly. The skeleton Hell's aura was quickly growing stronger. It had already reached the critical point earlier. As these 4 9th level Tao Venerable glacier beasts were devoured, the skeleton Hell finally broke through the critical point, stepping into a new level. The skeleton Hell's aura rose frantically. Flames shot to the sky. In an instant, the skeleton Hell expanded to its maximum, covering an area of 10,000 kilometers in radius. The glacier was solid. The skeleton Hell couldn't spread downwards, only frantically extending towards the sky and in all directions. The skeleton Hell spread so quickly, instantly enveloping all the glacier beasts within it. Flames erupted violently, like countless volcanoes erupting simultaneously. The scene was spectacular. The lava that had almost frozen earlier completely recovered. The Hell Fiends screamed and howled. The Hell Fiends that had died earlier all revived at this moment. The Hell Fiends' aura rose sharply. Their numbers hadn't increased, still 10 million, but compared to the mere 300 glacier beasts, it was already a difference of tens of thousands of times. Bang! As if heaven and earth had shattered, the aura of 10 million Hell Fiends reached a new level. They collectively broke through, stepping into 8th level Tao Venerable. 10 million Hell Fiends charged out with screams, pouncing on the glacier beasts like an avalanche. The glacier beasts emitted terrifying cold air, but most of it was neutralized by the flames on the Hell Fiends' bodies. The Hell Fiends were no longer frozen solid, only moving a bit slower, but it didn't affect their devouring. Previously, the Hell Fiends were 7th level Tao Venerable and couldn't withstand the glacier beasts' cold air. But now they had advanced to 8th level Tao Venerable. In one-on-one combat, they naturally weren't a match for the glacier beasts, but when surrounding and attacking, the glacier beasts' doom had arrived. After a few bites, cracks appeared on the glacier beasts' bodies. In the blink of an eye, they were bitten to pieces, chunks devoured by the Hell Fiends. Lin Moyu chuckled.
Just as I judged, once the skeleton hell advances, there are no more opponents among Dao venerables.
By
No more opponents.
Lin Moyu didn't mean one-on-one combat, but group battles, and him alone fighting against everyone. Faced with such a skeleton hell, even if hundreds or thousands of 9th-level Dao venerables attacked together, Lin Moyu could make sure they wouldn't return. If the Coldwater Holy Land had no stronger foundation, Lin Moyu could directly annihilate the Coldwater Holy Land just by using the skeleton hell. From now on, top powers like Holy Lands would no longer have the confidence to be strong before him. In the blink of an eye, most of the 300 glacier beasts had been devoured. The rest only had half their lives left. Suddenly, these glacier beasts exploded, their bodies transforming into cold currents, quickly escaping the Hell Fiend's encirclement and merging together. Every 10 cold currents merged together, their aura rising sharply. All the Hell Fiends that rushed over were repelled by a powerful force, unable to approach. Lin Moyu's brows furrowed slightly.
Glacier Beast Kings.
The merging happened right before Lin Moyu's eyes. Over 100 glacier beasts merged into several glacier beast kings. According to Little May, glacier beast kings were very powerful, at least peak 9th level Dao venerable. To Lin Moyu, a dozen peak 9th level Dao venerable glacier beast kings were no different from several hundred glacier beasts. It was just a matter of eating faster or slower. He watched quietly, as if watching a show.
This is a good chance to see what the skeleton hell's limit is. Perhaps eating these glacier beast kings will have an even better improvement effect.
Chapter 3363. Unable to even get close. Watching the glacier beast kings merge and grow stronger, Lin Moyu wasn't worried at all. He had full confidence in the upgraded skeleton hell. As long as it was still within the Dao venerable realm, the skeleton hell could handle it. Dragon roars sounded again from the skeleton hell. The netherworld black pool spewed out thick black mist, covering a large area like clouds. A pair of bloodshot eyes lit up within the black mist, looking sinister and terrifying. Then, Heiyu's head slowly emerged from the black mist, letting out a resounding dragon roar. With the skeleton hell's advancement complete and having devoured many glacier beasts, Heiyu, who had just been beaten to pieces, also recovered. As long as the netherworld black pool existed, it wouldn't die. It just needed time to recover. This time Heiyu not only fully recovered, but became even stronger. Its powerful pressure released along with dragon roars. Heiyu's combat power had reached the 9th level Dao Venerable Realm. Combined with the special properties of the Skeleton Hell and Netherworld Black Pool, Heiyu was capable of fighting any 9th level Dao Venerable one-on-one. A moment later, the cold air suddenly contracted. 14 Glacier Beast Kings completed their fusion, revealing their true forms in the cold air. Each Glacier Beast King had peak 9th level Dao Venerable combat power, only slightly weaker than Supu. They were 100 meters tall, covered in scales, with dense spikes all over their backs. They had 2 tails behind them like scissors. The Glacier Beast Kings looked extremely strange, impossible to describe as resembling any known beast. But one thing was certain: they were all extremely powerful and difficult to deal with. If it were Gutsong and the others, they might be able to fight one Glacier Beast King. Even if they couldn't win, they could at least escape intact. But facing 3 or more Glacier Beast Kings, all they could do was flee immediately, as far away as possible. Otherwise, they would certainly be killed. Even Supu could at most fight 3 Glacier Beast Kings simultaneously. Any more would be too much. Now there were 14 Glacier Beast Kings. This was a force that could almost destroy the Coldwater Holy Land. Lin Moyu estimated that in all the years since the 9 Extremes Glacier formed, so many Glacier Beast Kings had likely never appeared at once. The spider lilies swayed non-stop, cyan light enveloping the entire skeleton hell. Under the blue light, the Glacier Beast King's aura weakened somewhat. They had not left the Dao Venerable Realm, so were still affected by the spider lilies. All attributes weakened by 30%, greatly reducing their combat power. But their numbers were still astonishing. Lin Moyu said to Supu,
"You joining too, coordinate with the skeleton hell."
Supu nadid.
Understood.
Not just Supu would join, Lin Moyu himself would too. As long as he could get close to a Glacier Beast King, he could definitely kill it with the Calamity Scepter. The 14 Glacier Beast Kings fully formed. The contracted cold air instantly erupted. Many hell fiends froze over. Lava boiled and fell like heavy rain, landing on the Glacier Beast Kings with a constant sizzling sound. Countless wisps of cold air turned to mist spreading through the skeleton hell. The cold air on the hell fiends' bodies was extinguished by the molten lava. Countless hell fiends charged out madly towards the Glacier Beast Kings. The hell fiends didn't care how strong the Glacier Beast Kings were. Even if they were great Tao realm beings, as long as Lin Moyu gave the order, the hell fiends would charge forward without hesitation. Supu also attacked, this time not needing to face multiple enemies. He picked one to assassinate. Heiyu charged out with a dragon roar, biting towards a Glacier Beast King, while its huge body coiled around it. The 100-meter-tall Glacier Beast Kings were like tiny dots compared to Heiyu. Lin Moyu took a deep breath, gripping the Calamity Scepter as he suddenly charged out. In 2 or 3 steps, he arrived at a Glacier Beast King's feet. Just as he raised the Calamity Scepter, a blast of cold air slammed into him head-on. Lin Moyu felt like he had hit an unbreakable wall. He was violently blasted back with no power to resist. Not just him, the Hell Fiends were also blasted away. At the same time, many Hell Fiends were sent flying by the Glacier Beast King's enormous power. But the next second, they attacked again. Some Hell Fiends had their bodies shattered, limbs broken, some even reduced to just a head. But this didn't stop them from attacking again. The Hell Fiends howled with hoarse, unpleasant voices, completely unafraid of death. They pounced onto the Glacier Beast Kings, firmly grasping their scales, spikes, and anything else they could grab onto. Their sharp fingertips had already pierced in, firmly hooked. They bit down again and again. The Glacier Beast Kings constantly erupted with shocking power, blasting the Hell Fiends away and shattering them. Each time they could blast away most of them, but some always remained. There were simply too many Hell Fiends. No matter how frantically the Glacier Beast Kings fought back, the number of Hell Fiends clinging to them kept increasing. The Glacier Beast Kings swung their claws, smashing down on the skeleton hell like small mountains. The skeleton hell was shaken and distorted, but still stubbornly persisted without truly breaking. Lin Moyu charged in again and again, but was invariably blasted away. His body was battered and broken, covered in wounds, his limbs nearly severed. Lin Moyu had no choice but to retreat.
My realm is still not high enough. Even using gather strength to boost myself, only my raw power increases, not my realm. I'm still lacking in many aspects.
Giving up on joining the fight himself, he used his life force to heal his injuries while putting away the Calamity Scepter, becoming a spectator. He couldn't even get close now. Unless he activated the gems on the Calamity Scepter, there was no way. This was the true gap in strength. 9th level Tao Venerable and peak 9th level at that was indeed not easy to deal with. Finally, with a violent boom, cold air exploded. The entire skeleton hell shook non-stop. One Glacier Beast King crashed down. Supu had finally dealt with his first opponent. The Glacier Beast King was cut to pieces, scattered into the skeleton hell. Immediately many hell fiends rushed over to devour the Glacier Beast King's remains. Supu immediately went to find his next opponent. The Glacier Beast King, wrapped up by Heiyu, was also at the end of its strength, unable to put up much of a fight. Lin Moyu watched, knowing the outcome of this battle was already decided. He contentedly played the role of spectator, watching the entire battle like a grand show. One by one, the Glacier Beast Kings were killed. The battle lasted over an hour before all 14 peak 9th level Tao Venerable Glacier Beast Kings were completely eliminated. The skeleton hell ate their corpses, its aura growing stronger and stronger. Lin Moyu reviewed the entire battle, summarizing,
The Glacier Beast Kings, though powerful, had no souls, no powerful techniques, no magic treasures. If they were human or demon cultivators of the same level, they would be even stronger. The skeleton hell may be able to trap and kill them, but if they were determined to escape, they could probably get away. It seems to truly leave 9th level Dao Venerables with no escape. We'll have to wait for the skeleton hell to advance again. But to deal with some power, I just need to unleash the skeleton hell and there will be no life left within 10,000 kilometers. For destroying sects and clans, this is simply an unparalleled divine skill. Alright, now I know where you are. It's my turn to find you next. I want to see if you really have gained intelligence.
After killing these glacier beasts, Lin Moyu knew the direction of the remnant soul. Chapter 3364. The trouble is just beginning. Lin Moyu had always harbored doubts. He believed his judgment wouldn't be wrong, but what happened in the 7th extreme made him question his own judgment. Seeing is believing. He still needed to see for himself if the other party had truly developed intelligence. The remnant soul wasn't large enough to develop intelligence. If it really had gained intelligence, then many things would have to be reconsidered. His understanding of souls and power systems would need to be rebuilt and reevaluated. Not just him, even the human emperor's database would need to be changed. It was a remnant soul, but there were differences between remnant souls. The Saint Talisman Venerable in the Great World had also only left behind a remnant soul, much smaller than the one in the glacier. Even the tiny remnant soul in the 4th extreme far surpassed the remnant soul left behind by Saint Talisman Venerable. But Saint Talisman Venerable's remnant soul was deliberately left behind, containing his memories. Developing intelligence from it was natural. But the remnant soul suppressed under the glacier had no memories. It was just a relatively pure soul fragment. To develop intelligence, it would need to be more complete. Based on his understanding of souls, plus the growth rate of the remnant soul in each extreme, Lin Moyu judged that at least the 8th extreme would be needed for the remnant soul to possibly develop intelligence. Lin Moyu moved swiftly through the cold wind. He walked very fast, leaving glacier tea tree after glacier tea tree behind in an instant. He didn't encounter any more glacier beasts along the way. The glacier beasts along the way had already been eliminated by him. When the soul flame appeared in his sight, Lin Moyu finally arrived at his destination. The soul flame was almost exactly as he had imagined. The same size, the same intensity with no discrepancies. A remnant soul of this level was indeed unlikely to develop intelligence, unless that being's main soul body was already at a level beyond Lin Moyu's comprehension. Obviously that being hadn't reached such a level. Lin Moyu looked at the soul flame from afar. The soul flame also noticed Lin Moyu's arrival. It wasn't like in the 6th extreme where it only had a violent killing aura. It seemed much quieter, giving the illusion of lying in wait. This illusion would make one think it had intelligence. But Lin Moyu didn't see it that way. After careful observation, Lin Moyu was completely certain the other party had no intelligence. What it had was a more intense battle instinct. This instinct had grown so strong that it was no longer just about fighting and killing, but about using some tactics. The people of the Black Blood Great Realm all seemed to possess extremely strong combat abilities. This ability was innate, as if they were born for battle. So it was quite normal for the remnant soul to have battle instincts.
Judging from the remnant souls in previous extremes, the remnant soul in the 7th extreme is about 1/10 of the whole soul. If it were a bit more, it might truly be able to evolve independent intelligence. What a pity. Without intelligence, it's ultimately of little use.
After seeing clearly, Lin Moyu walked over step by step. He knew that even if the other party had no intelligence, with its greatly enhanced battle instincts, it would still counterattack. It wouldn't let itself be slaughtered like the previous ones. The remnant soul began to retreat, constantly moving through the gap between the glacier and the ground, retreating to a glacier tea tree. Not only did it not move away from the tea tree, it clung to the tree's roots. The roots were its only tool to communicate with the outside world. Streams of black mist rapidly seeped out along the roots. The soul flame flickered violently. It was clearly using all its power. The glacier trembled slightly. The seeping black mist emitted a summoning force. Large numbers of glacier beasts surged in from all directions. Lin Moyu sensed the aura of the glacier beasts. There were many, at least over 100. Each aura was extremely powerful. Over 100 glacier beasts, all glacier beast kings.
So this is what was waiting.
Lin Moyu chuckled. No wonder there were no glacier beasts along the way. They had all merged into glacier beast kings. Over 100 peak 9th level Dao venerable glacier beast kings would require at least 1,000 glacier beasts to merge. The previous 300 glacier beasts were clearly just appetizers. Now came the main course. Lin Moyu smiled.
It does have battle instincts, but it's still too stupid. If it had used so many glacier beast kings from the start, I would have turned and left without a word. But now, it's not enough.
If the skeleton hell hadn't advanced, facing over 100 glacier beast kings, Lin Moyu wouldn't have fought them at all. Now that the skeleton hell had completed its advancement, though there were many glacier beast kings, it wasn't a problem. Space distorted. The skeleton hell instantly expanded to its limit, covering an area of 10,000 miles. The 100 glacier beast kings charging over were instantly devoured by the skeleton hell. Spider lilies swayed, weakening the glacier beast king's power. Hell fiends rushed over eagerly, biting without hesitation. Cold currents erupted violently. The first wave of hell fiends that rushed over were almost all blasted away. But the second wave, the third wave, the hell fiends kept coming endlessly. Even for peak 9th level glacier beast kings, killing 8th level Dao venerable hell fiends wasn't so easy. Su Pu and Heiyu attacked simultaneously, launching fierce attacks on the glacier beast kings. Lin Moyu shot out a line of fire. The world-burning fire flowed down the glacier tea tree into the glacier, wrapping around the remnant soul like a snake. Screams from the remnant soul rang out in his soul. The remnant soul was in extreme pain under the burning of the world-burning fire. But it didn't retreat because it still needed to control the glacier beast kings. Lin Moyu smiled.
Let's see who can hold out longer.
Lin Moyu had great confidence in his skeleton hell. Even facing 100 glacier beast kings, Lin Moyu still believed his skeleton hell would be the final victor. Moreover, the skeleton hell would grow stronger as it fought. After devouring these 100 glacier beast kings, the skeleton hell would strengthen considerably. The remnant soul didn't flee either. It seemed to be in a standoff with Lin Moyu, as if to see whether it would be burned to death first or kill Lin Moyu first. Time passed bit by bit. Finally, a glacier beast king was killed by Su Pu. Once a glacier beast king died, the outcome of this battle was almost decided. The skeleton hell devoured the glacier beast king's corpse, gradually growing stronger. The hell fiends fought and nourished themselves. Those dead hell fiends rapidly revived, the attack continuing without pause. Then, glacier beast kings died one after another. The skeleton hell showed no sign of damage, instead growing stronger and stronger. Even now, the remnant soul hadn't fled. It was still locked in fierce battle with Lin Moyu. This also confirmed Lin Moyu's judgment was correct. The other party indeed only had battle instincts, not far from developing intelligence. Battle instincts made it unwilling to flee, only thinking about how to kill Lin Moyu, the intruder. Such a remnant soul wasn't difficult to deal with. Imperceptibly, the world-burning fire grew more and more intense. Burning again and again made the world-burning fire stronger and stronger. Lin Moyu controlled the battle rhythm, trying to make the skeleton hell's killing pace match his pace of burning the remnant soul. After a full half-day, as the last glacier beast king was killed, the remnant soul was also burned to fragments by the world-burning fire. After this battle, the skeleton hell was greatly strengthened. The power of the world-burning fire had almost doubled. It was an extremely great harvest for Lin Moyu. The glacier tea tree constantly grew new leaves. Without the remnant soul, the suppressed power would be rapidly absorbed, becoming tea leaves. Lin Moyu unhesitatingly collected the tea leaves, muttering to himself,
Now comes the real trouble.